Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically, now today we are going to make three games in the Python programming language. The first game will be guessing a number game, guessing a random number game, right? In that, basically, what will be the idea? That will be giving a range, and from that range, you need to guess out the number, right? That's the first one. Second one would be a rock paper and scissor game that would be consisting the if else conditions for the rock paper and the scissor, right? And basically, the third one would be now, the third program will be a repetitive alphabet word game. What is the whole idea of that game? That I would let you know within the video itself, right? So let's get started with the things for now. And now, basically, here what I'll be just doing is that I'll be starting off with the program, right? So the first project I'll be making the random number guessing game. So for that, I will first of all importing out my random module, right? So all the three programs which we are going to make, that all three are made with the help of the random module only. Okay, so for all of the threes, we need to import out the random module, right? Okay, so import random is done. Now I would just taking a variable, let's say a, and in that I would just use out the random module. Okay, so random dot rand n, and into the bracket it is 0 comma 20. Okay, a is equal to random dot rand n, and in the bracket 0 comma 20, and it is rand int int. Okay, like this, right? Rand integer is one function in random module, which basically helps us to choose out some random integer from a given particular range. So the range which I have given is 0 comma 20. So now it's depend on you that whatever range you want to give here. Okay. After that, I will be just giving that chances is equal to 0. That how many chances you had actually taken to guess out the correct number. Okay. And after that, I would be just writing that find is equal to, and find is equal to, let's say, false. False. Okay. These are the conditions which I would be putting. So I would apply my condition that while not find, come on to the next line. I'll be writing out, I'll be taking out a variable here. Okay. So let's say choice. Choice. Okay. Choice is equal to, now basically I'll be taking the input from the user, right? So choice is equal to int input, and here in the bracket it goes that guess the number. Okay, guess the number, right? Here it is. Okay, I would just come on to the next line here, and after that basically what I would just do is that I would be writing that chances, okay, chances is equal to 1. So here basically chances plus is equal to 1 means that I am incrementing the number of chances. So till the point I do not get out the correct number, I need to increment my chances, right? So for that I just wrote chances plus is equal to 1. If choice is equal to a, because in a it will be the number which we are actually looking for, right? If choice is equal to a, then you will be making that find is equal to true. So it means you have find out the correct answer, correct number which you are having. Okay, if choice is equal to a, find true. Okay, and what you need to print out here, you need to print out an f string, and that will be consisting that that you found, and into the bracket I'll be writing you find a, let me come down, you find a comma, this is the, okay, this is the correct number. Okay, this is the correct number. You found a and this is the correct number, right? This statement I would like. Otherwise, what is my if condition? So in elif basically what do I have? So if choice is greater than, if choice is greater than a, basically the number which you have entered, if that is greater than the real number which is there, so what you need to print is that you need to print out that okay, if the choice is greater than a, then you need to print that try giving try giving some lesser number. Okay, let's say this is the statement which I wanted to be printed as soon as it basically has given me the things, right? Try giving some lesser number, right? That is done. Now basically coming to the next line, and now here I'll be writing else. My else condition goes here, and again I'll just write out repeat the statement that print and here would be try giving try giving some greater try giving some greater number, right? Okay, let me just come down, right? So here we are just completing out the very first program that we were trying to do. So let me just give you an idea that what we had actually done here. So first of all, I've imported out my random module. After that, I had taken out a variable that is a, and into that basically with the help of the random module, I have just written random. And here I just wrote the rand int. Int is one function which we have in the random module, and inside that I have given a particular range that I want a number between this particular range, that is 0, 20. Right, after that I have taken out a variable that is chances, and into that I just taken that first of all as 0. Okay, after that I have taken out a variable that is find, and for now I just make that false, right? So if this condition goes that while not find, so while not false means while true, right? That if my condition while true, so it will go inside, choice will be taking some input from the user. So in that case, it is guess the number, right? After that, chances is equal to chances plus 1. The chances will be incremented time by time. So, if the choice which is taken by the user is equal to the real number which is set out by the random module, then in the place of find, make it to true and write out the print statement that you found this number and this is the correct one. Okay, if this is not the condition, then in that case, if the number which you have if it is written by you is greater than the real number which you need to find, then you need to write out the try giving some lesser number, and this is even not the condition, then you need to write the try giving some greater number. Right, I would just run this program here and let's see that what output we are getting here. Okay, so it is asking me to guess the number. Let's say I just guess out a number as 14. Okay, it is asking me to try giving some lesser number. Let's say I just wrote here 10. Okay, it is again saying me to give some greater number. Let's say I just wrote 12. So now it is again saying me to give some greater, to give some lesser number, and so here I got the answer is 11. You found 11. This is the correct number, right? So this is the way how you can just make out a random number guessing game, a very simple game. It is not more than 15 lines of code, right? It's not more than 15 lines of code, and this is super exciting game, right? And super easy. So this is how you can just make a game using the random module. Okay, so I would just comment this out here, right? Fine. Now our next answer will be dealing with, okay, just let me come down first of all from here. Okay, right, now the next program that we'll be making is the rock paper and scissor game. Okay, first we'll be making the rock paper and the scissor game, and that will become like taking some random module only. Okay, and that will be constituting the if else conditions. So I will be importing out my random module for the very first, because as I mentioned that all the programs that we are going to make today, they will be constituting out from the random module, right? Import random. Fine. Now after that, I just want to play it. Let's say I have two players, player 1 and the player 2. Okay, I have two players, and between those players we are playing out this particular game. So here goes my player 1. Okay, player 1, first of all I will set it to 0, and after that for the player 2 as well I would set it to 0. So player 1 and player 2 are set to be 0. Okay, their scores are set to be actually 0, number of chances as well. Right. Okay, now basically making it for the, let's say I would be just adding out my condition here that the person will be getting that 3 points will be winning out the game. Okay, the person will be getting the 3 points first, that will be giving the winning the game. So I would just write here, I would write person who gets 3 points at first will be winning WINN. I will be winning the game. This statement is actually exceptional. If you just want to add it, otherwise let that go. Okay, so I just wanted to add it, so I've just written that thing here. Fine. Now for we have three chances for both, right? So my condition will go that, write it like this. Okay, while player 1 is less than 3 and player 2 is also less than 3. My first condition goes like that, while player 1 is less than 3 and while player 2 is less than 3. Okay, So if the scores for player 1 and player 2 are less than 3, then what you need to do is that here I need to take a random module. Here I'll be using out my random module. Right, so for that I would just writing that, let's say I would just write player underscore play underscore 2. Okay, play underscore 2 is equal to, and in that case basically I'll be adding play underscore 2 is equal to, and here I'll be giving the random choice. Okay, random dot random dot choice, and what random choice you can take, I'm declaring a list, and that is rock, and then the paper, rock paper, okay, PAP, like this, and at last we have the scissor, rock paper and scissor. Right, this is the random choice which has to be made from all of these three. And what about my player one? So player underscore one will be giving the input. So input, and what will be the input? So input would be the same, that is rock comma paper, rock comma paper comma, and that would be scissor. So okay, rock paper, I would just add rock paper or scissor. Right, this is the whole idea. And these two statements are actually completed. Now what about the next thing is that I will be just doing is I would be writing that between whom we are just trying this out. Okay, that between whom we are just trying this thing out. Now basically, if we just want that the player choice and the basically the player choice and player one and the player two choices should be displayed. Okay, so in that case, what I'm just doing is that player one, player two, here I have taken player underscore two and player, okay, here I will be just making another one, that is player underscore two dot choice. Okay, and that same I'll be doing here, player underscore one and this is choice. Yeah, these are the correct variables that we can actually take, right? So player two and player one are actually done here. Now I just want to see that what are the choices taken by the user, sorry, player one, and what are the choices taken by the player two. For that, I can just write here f string. I can just write two, player two, um, player two chose, and into the brackets I could just write player two choice, player two underscore choice, and I could just write and player one chose, and here I could just write player. Okay, that is player player one underscore choice. If I just want to see that what are the choices taken by the player and the player one and the player two, that totally depends on you want to include out this statement or not. Okay, now my condition starts from here, that if, okay, that if player, okay, my condition starts from here that if player one underscore choice, okay, if the player one underscore choice dot lower is equal to player, okay, that is player player two underscore choice. Okay, if this is the condition, then what you need to do is that you need to print that it's a tie, it's a tie. Okay, this is the statement which you need to print. Other than that, now here comes okay, just 1 second, right here. Now here comes about my elif condition. Elif, now if my player one underscore choice, okay, if my player one underscore choice dot lower, if this choice is equally, now if the choice which is entered by player one, if that is equal to basically rock, okay, if that is rock, now what will happen, I will just come here. If the player one has chosen rock, and now what about my player two, and if the player two dot choice is equal to scissors, okay, if the player one has chosen rock and the six has chosen the scissors, so in that case what you need to print is that I would just write, okay, I would just write here uh, okay, player player one wins. Okay, player one wins. Okay, right here. This is the thing. Now, for this if condition, I'd be adding one elif condition here. Elif now goes with the player two. So, if the player two underscore choice, okay, is equal to paper. Okay, just let me write out the correct spelling right here. And here basically I'll be increasing that as well. Okay, let me write here player 1, player 1 plus is equal to 1. I'll be increasing out the points for the players as well, right? Player 1 plus is equal to 1, right? Okay, so if player 2 underscore choice is equal to paper, right? If the player 2 has chosen the paper, then in that case basically here I'll be adding that player 2 plus is equal to 1. Okay, okay, and now I'll be writing out one print statement, and here goes that player 2 has chosen the paper. Okay, and if player 2 underscore has chosen the is equal to paper, so in that case basically my player 2 wins and this, right? So in that case my player 2 has win, right? Now basically I'll be just going back here. So for this one I'll be again applying one elif condition. This is for the rock one day. That is completed here. Okay. Right here. Now elif my condition goes elif my player 1 underscore choice dot lower if my player has chosen the thing, and that is basically the scissors. Okay. Elif player 1 underscore choice dot lower is equal to scissors, right? So now if basically player, okay, if player 2 underscore choice is equal to paper, okay, if the player 1 has chosen scissors and the player 2 has chosen the paper, okay, let me just come here. Player 2 has chosen the paper, then in that case I need to add that player plus is equal to 1, right? Player plus is equal to 1. Player 1, okay. So in that case it is player 1, right? So player 1 is equal to, plus is equal to 1, and what print statement I'll be applying here? Print that the player 1 wins and the exclamation mark. So WINS like this, right? This is done. Now for this basically my second condition goes elif my player 2 underscore choice is equal to if my player 2 has chosen the rock. Okay, if my player 2 has chosen the rock, then in that case the player 2 plus is equal to, if player 2 plus is equal to 1, and in that case I'll be writing out my print statement, that player 2 wins. Okay, print that the player 2 wins, and here goes my exclamation mark, right? This is completed, right? Elif my player 1 choice lower scissors, and this is also done. Now the last thing left is for the paper, right? Paper is still not done. So I'll be writing elif player 1 underscore choice dot lower is equal to paper. If this is for the paper, then in that, okay, I just need to put out first of all this colon. And now here basically if player 2 underscore choice is equal to rock. Okay, the player 1 has given the paper and the second one has given the rock. So in that case, just add that player 1. Player 1 plus is equal to, the player 1 plus is equal to 1. Right? And what I just need to print out here, I just need to print out that player 1 wins and the exclamation marks. Right, this is done. And now basically what I would be just doing is that I'll be coming here is my elif condition. Elif player 2 underscore choice is equal to scissors, and here goes the scissors, right? If this is the scissors one, then in that case I just need to write here that is basically my player 2 plus is equal to 1. Player 2 plus is equal to 1, right? And now coming here, okay, I just need to add out a print statement as well. So my print statement goes, okay, just let me close this here for a while, right here. So my print statement goes that player 2 wins. Player 2 wins, right? And now just getting out back here, I'll be adding the else condition, and here I'll be writing the printf statement that you have given invalid. Okay, just let me come down. First of all, you have given invalid, and here goes the input that you have given invalid input, right? I would just go back here, and here I'll be starting adding my print condition that now basically I'm just adding that player one wins. Okay, player one wins if if player one if player one is greater than player 2. Okay, if the player 1 is greater than player 2, then player 1 wins. Else, else my condition goes that player 2 wins. Else player 2 wins. Okay, this is the whole idea. So here I completed out my whole program. I have written several conditions. The condition goes like, basically, if the player 1 has taken the rock and the player 2 has taken the scissors, in that case my player 1 wins, and basically the score is incremented to the player 1. Then my player 2 has taken paper, then in that case basically if my player 1 has taken the same, that is rock, and the player 2 has taken the paper, so in that case player 2's score is incremented and the player 2 wins, right? Now next condition goes that if my player 1 has taken the scissors and the player 2 has taken the paper, then my player 1 wins here and the score is incremented to player 1. Else basically what will happen, and else if the player 1 has basically the scissors only and the player 2 has taken the rocks, in that case player 2's scores are incremented and the print statement is the player 2 wins. Right, now next condition goes here, scissors and the rock. Okay, this above one is done. Okay, this one is done. Now third one comes here that if the player 1 has taken the paper and the player 2 has taken the rock, so in that case my player 1 score is incremented and my player 1 wins. And if the player 1 has taken out the paper and the player 2 has taken the scissors, in that case player 2 wins and the score is incremented to player 2, right? And after that I'll just write here like this, right? And after that I applied my condition that if the score for player 1 is greater than player 2, then add that player 1 wins, otherwise player 2 wins. Right, now I would just run out my program once here. So, okay, person who gets 3 points at the first will be winning the game. This is the statement which is coming. Okay, rock, paper, or scissors. Let's say I just chose here rock. Okay, so player 2 chose paper and player 1 chose rock. Okay, after that, basically, what I would just do, let's say I just chose here paper. Right, okay, let me just calm down first of all here. So, player 2 chose scissor and player 1 chose paper. Okay. Right here, so rock is done, paper is done. What about my scissors? Let's say I just wrote here scissors. So player 2 chose paper and player 1 chose scissors. Okay. I just wrote write rock here. Okay. And what about next choosing? And let's say I just wrote paper. Okay. Okay. You have just 1 second. I do not know that why it is actually not telling that who wins and who does not wins. Let's see that what's the idea here. Player 2 choice rock. Okay, this is done right here. So player 1 is 0 and the player 2 is as well 0, right? That's absolutely correct. So after that, basically I'd be writing, okay, just let me make this as rock, let me make this as paper, and let me make this as scissors. Okay, rock, paper and scissors. Let me make it like this. Let's run it once again. Rock, paper or scissors. Let's say I just enter here rock. Okay, player 2 chose scissor and player 1 chose rock. Okay, after that basically what's the thing, so let's say I just wrote here paper, let's say paper. So player 2 chose scissor and player 1 chose paper. Okay, that is printing, but why it is not telling me that who wins and who does not win? Okay, let me just come back this side and let's see that what is happening. So player 1 plus is equal to 1 and print player 1 wins. Okay, rock and then scissors, paper, okay, rock and then even the paper. Okay, that is done. Scissors on the paper and the scissors on the rock. Okay, paper on the rock, paper on the scissor. Okay, let's see that basically why it's not. Okay, so basically here I just missed out putting out the brackets actually after the lower one, right? Now let's put out the brackets and let's run it here. So, rock, paper, scissors. Let's say I just enter here as rock. Okay, player 2 choose rock and player 1 choose rock, so it's a tie, okay? Let's say I just choose here as scissors. Okay. So, okay, rock, paper or scissors, fine, that is okay. And now let's say I just choose here the paper. So player 1 wins, okay? And let's see if I again choose the rock. So in that case, basically player 2 chose scissors and player 1 chose rock. Okay, nothing happened, right? Okay, now basically what if I just choose again here as paper? So okay, again both of those chose the paper and that is a tie. So let's say I just chose here SCI scissor. Okay, so, okay, player to choose and it is saying that you have an invalid input. Let me just check out for the scissor. For the scissor, just 1 second. Scissors is done here. Scissors is done here as well. Scissors is done. Okay, that is scissors, not scissor. Okay, fine. Right, so let's say I just enter that scissors here. Right, so player 1 wins. Right, so player 1 wins here. Again, it is asking me to enter the rock, paper, or scissors. So, let's say I enter here rock. Okay, so player 2 choose scissor and the 1 choose rock. Okay, let's say I just choose here the paper. Okay, let's say I just choose here the scissors. Okay, it's a tie. Okay, right here. So it is telling me that, let me come down. First of all, player 1 wins, right? Player 1 wins, fine. So it just showed me this thing particular where it shows this, right? That the player 1 chose scissors. Okay, let me just come here once again and okay, it's a tie. Player 1 wins. It's a tie. Okay, tie is coming. Let's say I just wrote here again the paper, so it's again a tie. Okay, now let's say I just wrote rock. So again, it's a tie. So basically, it depends that what are the conditions, what are the things that the random numbers that are actually applying here. Let's say scissors. So let's say this player 2 wins. It is the number of times that you are trying, the number of times that you are applying. It totally depends on that particular thing. Let's say again I just put out rock. So let's say here I just again put out the paper, and this goes on like this. Okay, this goes on like this, right? So let's say player 2 wins here, fine. So just terminate it here. And this is the second, that is the rock, paper and the scissors game which we have actually made out here, right? I would just, okay, right here. Now just comment this as well. Now we'll moving towards the very last program for today, and that is basically, I mentioned that this is a repetitive alphabet game, right? So in that case also I'll be importing three things: random, OS and the time. Okay, so I will just write your import random. After that I will import out the time, and after that I will be importing, okay, I would after that import out the OS, right? These are the three things that I have imported here. Okay, now let's see here I'll be taking a like variable that is letters, and onto that I would just write here many letters. Let's say A, B, C, D, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. After that Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. These are all the alphabets which I have actually entered here. Now basically what will happen? It will randomly give you an alphabet. Let's say it randomly give you the alphabet as L. Okay, after that L, as soon as it will give L, you need to enter that particular like alphabet which is giving as your input. Okay, you just entered L. After that it will again give you L, but with L it will give you one another character as well. Let's say it give you, after L it give you X, then you need to enter L and X. Let's say after that it will give you LXZ, then you need to enter LXZ. So till the point it is going to give you numbers into alphabets randomly, you are need to going to put out that thing, and as soon as you do not put out the correct one, you will be losing out your game at that particular point. Okay, so let's say here I'll be adding my name. Let's say Shambhavi is equal to, and the braces like this. Okay, right, my condition goes that for result, okay, for result in range, and that is 0 comma 10. Okay, for result in range 0 comma 10, I would be adding that Shambhavi plus is equal to random, okay, random dot choice, and into the bracket it is letters like this, right? So from there you'll be choosing out some letter for you. Okay, now after this basically I'll be applying out the condition. that for letters in Shambhavi, I'd be writing here print letters. Okay, so that will be printing me that particular letter. Okay, let me just go back here. After that, I'll be just adding the some sleep time as well. So time dot sleep, and into the bracket, let's say I just wrote here 1 second. Okay, and after that, OS dot system, and into the bracket I'm writing here at CLS. CLS is actually my clear screen. Okay. Now, after this, basically I'll be taking one variable in which basically will be giving up the answers, right? So, let's say I will just take a choice. Okay, so choice is equal to input, and here you will be writing out that thing whichever is written here. So I'm writing here repeat the above. I would write here repeat the above, right? So let's say this is the statement which I wanted to print here into this particular thing, right? And after that I'll be adding os dot system. Okay, os dot system, and again I'll be writing out that CLS, that is referring to my clear screen, right? I would apply my condition that if choice is not equal to, and let's say I just put out the name that is Shambhavi, right? If choice is not equal to Shambhavi, then in that case break the statement from that particular place, right? If this is the condition, then break the statement. Come out of the loop and add out your print statement here, that print, and into the bracket I'll be writing print if. Okay, print if, and I'll be adding here game, print if game over. Okay, game over. So after that, your final score. Okay, let me show you out that thing here. Fine, so your final score is, and what is the variable which we have taken above? For that I need to, that is result. Okay, that is result right here. Now I would just run this thing here as well. So run out here, and first of all it gave me u, right? I need to enter that u. It is asked me to repeat the above, I just enter that u. Okay, it again gave me that particular, I need to add double u. Okay, it gave me u, and then again it gave me u right here. Okay, so okay, triple u right here, I just gave the same thing, right? So it can give me basically any of the alphabets, it can give me any of the particular alphabets, whatever it just actually wishes, right? So I would just add that u like this right here. Okay, so firstly it is giving me all of the same ones here, so I would just exiting this thing here by giving some wrong input. It gave me that game over, your final score is 4, right? Let me close this here, and let's see that is there anything that we had made mistake, or it is some random thing only. Let me just first of all go back here, like this right here. Okay, so for result in range I put 0. For result in range, that is 0 comma 10 right here, that is okay. A random dot choice, and the bracket is letters for letters in, okay, so for letters in Shambhavi, I just to give it all space here, right? Okay, time dot sleep is basically 1. Okay, okay, that is 1 is absolutely okay. CLS, that is clear screen, and after that again CLS, right, is absolutely correct. Okay, I would just run it once again here. See, now it gave me another number, that is another alphabet, that is Y. Okay, so basically it depends on it, basically that what are the words that it is giving, and what are the words that it is actually giving you. Sometimes it will give you some repetitive words, sometimes it will give you some different, so that totally depends on this particular one, that what it is actually trying to give here, right? So it is telling me that my final score is 1. Right, so I hope that I made these 3 programs very clear to you, that how you can make these 3 programs, and how you can just use them and play these 3 games. And these are only made with the help of the random module only. Other than this, none of the modules are actually used here in this program. Right, so I hope you just enjoyed out this video, and we'll maybe meeting up with new videos in the next place. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.